you're definitely seeing a kind of 1-3-1.
But Crash can barrel away. Vert in. There is the flash. Vert's going to follow this up. Forlan has ghosted, looking for the chase. There's the stun. Crash might be caught out for first blood. Well, there comes the jump in from Absolute as they look for Padden, trying to get concussive blows off. He has gone invis. They're going to Japone instead. There's the stun as he flashes under the tower. And the heal is used as well.
A lot of summoner spells, but here comes the LeBlanc. He's on the back end.
Marth is right off towards the side of this fight and will take those in onto Padden. He's gone invis, but they're still looking for this kill. Glacial Prism will connect, and Japone is going to be the sacrifice. Matches. It has worked out for them at times. Ghost has been used here by Forlan as Vert flashes in. There's the stun. Thaldrin not near Mega yet. Has to flash away. Forlan looking for the chase. Padden steps forward a little bit too much. Marth jumps in there. The chains. Double chain gonna land. The barrier will be enough to root him up. Marth underneath the tower looking for the kill, but can't quite get it. Padden flashes away and Crash reacts. Fenerbahce able to get the kill. The knockback onto Forlan. Redbird's on his way to try and help out his jungler. But meanwhile, Frozen's coming down as well. 1907 Fenerbahce.
Fenerbahce, they're still slow to react.
They have to react because at the moment, Team 1 with a 1-3-1 comp with those double teleports will utilize this Baron to great effect. Crash in the wings, waiting for his opportunity to jump in, but he's knocked back. 1,000 HP, the Baron goes down to Team 1. They jump out the back, they'll sacrifice Forlan, but 4 members will get away with that Baron.
And once again, Team 1 sneak away. They're doing it again in Game 3, and now they're grouping up bot, and they're looking for a fight.
Knockback onto Redbird. Crash will get stunned up with concussive blows. He's down to half. Japone trying to keep him alive. He will survive for the time being. As now Padden just opens up that spray and pray. Marth jumps in to get the kill on Crash. And that is exactly what you want from your aggressive mid lane.
Bit of a questionable decision. Mid laner is snowballing. You can still have value as Frozen now getting collapsed upon.
Marth trying to get the damage down. Here comes Forlan running in with the Ragnarok as he tries to roll over Frozen, and that will be a dead Syndra. The unleashed power not enough to take down the Olaf in return.
Classic caster curse. The moment you praise a player, he gets caught out. And now with him dead, Team 1 could look to try and take the top tier.
Marth and Forlan be aggressive, and because they are aggressive, Absolute and Redbird able to get a trade off. Bert is just trading straight into Thaldrin here. Thaldrin's meant to be the rock of this team, and he's getting collapsed upon. He's getting taken out by Team 1, but Crash now once again is at that front line. He's getting collapsed on by Team 1. There's the Glacial Fissure. Absolute is going to jump forward as well. Bert looking for the flank, the knockback onto Frozen. Crash down to half, but he's surviving for the time being. Bert runs in with a Righteous Glory. That's a quick pig, and Crash goes down so low, but manages to survive. And now Bert is knocked back. Forlan from the side, but needs to be cautious because, of course, Marth does not have his teleport. We'll see. 1907 Fenerbahce forced them off the Baron. Marth is still down towards that bottom lane. We've seen Fenerbahce come back from deficits before. So many times against Hong Kong attitude through their play-in matches, they were behind. They were 2,000, 3,000 behind, and catches like this is what could win them the game. Vert caught out by Crash and by Frozen, but Forlan is looking for the chase in here. Marth is on his way up. Here comes the TP, and Forlan's overextended and knocked back onto Vert as he jumps across the wall. But Japone's going to flash forward. Absolute's still alive. Japone as well, but here comes Marth from the backside. Can't quite kill the Janna. Thaldrin's looking for the chase onto Bert. Team 1 still running away. They have to escape. Crash has a flank, but instead they're just going to go for the Baron.
The jungler is dead. There is no smite on Team 1. They go for this risky play, and they're not prepared to answer the aggression from 1907 Fenerbahce. Let's see if Marth can stop this.
Marth jumps in onto Frozen. The root lands, but there's the cleanse. Absolute dodging around the side. There's the Baron. Goes down to Fenerbahce as they look to engage onto Marth and Absolute. The flash away. The Buster is great. And Absolute and Marth will be able to survive the knockback. The scab going in with the Righteous Glory. Marth down to half. The Unleashed Power does not take him out. Here comes the counter TP from Thaldrin, and now Team 1 have to decide, do we dive? Do we go in? Do we risk our lives in this final fight? They say yes, they go for Padden, but Forlan is already dead, as is Bert. 2 members of Team 1 down, and 19. And that inhibitor as well. Will they go for more is the big question. It looks like they are resolved to back away for the time being. Padden.
Here he goes.
To Absolute. He's the team fighting god, but Redbird puts up the wall and says, you shall not pass. He flashes away. The Glacial Fissure will knock out Padden, and Absolute and Redbird will not quite survive as he gets taken out at the end.
They might want to try and end the game right now, Medic.
They're not going to, They retreat. They say now that Vert and
Forlan have been finding these consistent fights. But now Team 1, they're going aggressive once again.
Going for the flank once again onto Crash, looking for that stun. Can't get it. Knocked back. Padden with the flank. Look at him. He's the team fight god. He's the carry for this team. Forlan is shredded down. He dodges the Glacial Prisoner. Padden is a good lead as well. And Team 1 just not quite.
That he got thanks to the kill onto the LeBlanc. He closed the gap. He got a bit of extra gold. He started making his way back into the game, and then Team 1 did not choose to continue to put down the pressure. 1907 Fenerbahce will get their second Baron of the game. They get out.
Absolute has jumped up, but Redbird is the one that will be targeted down. Marth then jumps around. He will realize that Padden is waiting in the wings. Redbird caught up by Thaldrin. Support is definitely going to die. Marth is trying to escape down towards the bottom side. There's the Glacial Prism. Padden dominating. 6-0-3 on this Twitch. 1907 Fenerbahce are looking for that final inhibitor alongside the tower that guards it.
So look at Marth. He is getting in the way of those minions, trying to slow down 1907 Fenerbahce. They say they don't care. They will take down this final inhibitor. Now they have their eyes on the nexus of Team 1.
2 towers remain between 1907 Fenerbahce and their second win in this series.
Punish those mistakes, and now there are only 2 Nexus towers, along with a Team 1 team standing in the way of that Nexus as they go for another fight.
Once again, onto Crash, they will slow him down, but Thaldrin's there, the Gnar, that's what you want from your foundation of your team. Padden opens up, he's spraying and he's praying for more kills. It's a double for him. 1907 Fenerbahce will flash in for these kills. Marth falls back to the fountain, Bert forts back to death, and now 1907 Fenerbahce can close out this game. The quadra kill for Padden, give him his second penta of worlds. He doesn't get it, Japone steals it away. There's a kill secure for you, Vedius, as Fenerbahce secure the Nexus and secure a 2-1 lead.
The smiles on the faces of 1907 Fenerbahce. They wanted to give him the penta, but Japone, he did do a lot of work this game, and he said, you know what, I deserve some of the credit too.
That's what supports do, you know? You do all the work, you don't get any of the credit. Sometimes you just have to take away a penta on the fountain to close out a game. But such credit to 1907 Fenerbahce. They fought a long, hard slog to be able to come out on top of that.
Gotten chunked out earlier at the start of the fight, and you see once they get that flip in the goal graph, it's completely the other way.
Makes you kind of wish that there was a Corki in the middle lane instead of something like the LeBlanc as well. The